Hello there, I'm going to show you how to make this scissors case. It's one that you can put around your neck so you don't lose your scissors. I've made a yellow one now and I also made a pink one. They're really cute. Please subscribe to my channel. I have over 500 tutorials on my sewing and quilting channel. Like, comment and subscribe like I just said, and I'll show you how big these scissors are. They're about 6 inches long and 3 inches at the widest, where you hold the scissors. I don't even know what you call that. And then when you put them into the pouch, they sit just like this. So just slightly poking out so you can get your hands in there and pull them out. I'll show you where to find the pattern. This is my page on Cricut. My name is Cassie Cartmel and you will find the project right here. The project that we will be making is called Sew a Scissors Pouch Holder, and this is what it looks like. Don't shy away from the bias tape. It is really quite easy, a little bit fiddly, but it's easy to do. So once we click on Make It button, it's going to load up into the screen. I'm going to click on for the mat, and it's going to show up as 24 by 12 because of the part that we put around our neck. So cut number 1 is for the tabs. Cut number 2 is the neck part. It's personal preference, however long you want it. You don't even have to cut this out on here. You could cut it out separately. And then you've got 2 sections for the internal, 2 sections for the external. So one of the sections is going to be bonded. It's going to have stabilizer on it. So when we click on to continue, and it connects to the maker, I'm going to show you which setting that you should use. So when you've got your stabilizer stuck onto fabric, you're going to use this fabric medium bonded. I'm going to click on it and it'll set the fabric. If you need to change this, you can go and change it to any other one. These are all here because I have selected them as a bookmark. And to do that, you click on Browse All Materials and you can select which category you want, or you can search. Anything you can see in green here are items that I have selected as a bookmark. So I'm going to click that off. And also when we do the bonded fabric, I'm going to click on the More. And also we're going to edit tools. And we're going to change it to the rotary blade and then apply. And then that's ready to cut your section with your stabilizer on it. When it comes to the sections that don't require the stabilizer, i.e. like the tabs and the part that goes around your neck, these sections, you are going to click continue. And then when your Cricut Maker loads up to the screen in Design Space, you're going to change that material over and you're going to change it to fabric medium fabrics like cotton. Then I always select the More pressure, and it should already be selected for the rotary blade. So you can continue and cut, and then we can see how to cut the scissors pouch holder. For this scissor case project, I recommend that you adhere some stabilizer to the internal section of the pouch, and the stabilizer is one side, it's 100% cotton, and then on the other side it's fusible, and I recommend that you stick your fusible on before you cut it with your Cricut. I've adhered it to the back and it will cut the pattern out, and I don't have to worry about adhering it once it's cut. So put it on before it gets cut. I also recommend that you use store-bought bias tape because this is a much thinner material than if you were to make it yourself. So use the store-bought bias tape. I have the double folded extra wide. And then you're going to need some hardware to hang your scissor case. So you're going to need some D-rings and also lobster clasps. These are, what size are they? They are about 3/4 of an inch. So they're quite small. I'm going to start with the tabs for the top of the scissor case. So you're going to fold it in half, press, then you're going to open that up, fold this part in half and then press, fold this part in half and press, fold it back on itself and press down. Then you're going to take this over to the sewing machine and you are going to stitch both sides down. You're going to do the same thing to the other side. Take one of your D-rings, insert it onto the tab, and then you're going to take this to the sewing machine and you're going to stitch this into place so the D-ring doesn't move. Now with the strap for the scissors case, it's going to be personal preference, so I recommend that you put this around your neck and you see how long it is and cut it to the size that is comfortable for you. Now with the strap, you're going to put two sides together and you're going to sew this into place. Once you have found out how long you want it to be, make sure you leave an extra inch because you want to fold over to hide the raw seams, and then we'll also be folding it over again in order to add the lobster clasps on. So I'm just going to fold the raw seam in at each end, and then I'm going to turn it just like we did with the belt, with the tabs. So I'm going to fold in half and then fold in half again on itself, etc, etc. Once you've got the strap to the scissor case sewn into place, you're going to take your lobster clasp and you're going to stitch this into place here. And we do the same thing to the other side. So the next thing you're going to do is you're going to put both fabrics wrong sides together, take it over to the sewing machine and sew some lines down, attaching both sides together. Now we're going to take some binding and we're going to bind the top here. So I'm just going to cut off a little section and that'll be enough for the top. All I'm going to do for the top part is open this up and insert this in, and then I'm just going to stitch this into place. I did exactly the same thing for both sides, and then I'm just going to cut in line with the triangle. I'm going to do a stitch holding these D-rings into place on one side of our fabrics. So I'm just going to do it right across here where this existing line is for this stitch. Take some more bias tape and make sure it's long enough with a little bit of overage for the ends, like that. Now place one on top of the other, wrong sides together, and then clip into place. You're going to open the bias up completely and you are going to rest the bias on the edge of the scissor case. Then you're going to use this line here to sew all the way down. We're not going to worry too much about the bottom edge of this side just yet, but on the top edge, fold this over hiding the raw seam. And then once you've done that, you can fold everything back in on itself. And then fold it over. It'll just be a little bit of fiddling about getting this top edge nice and pretty. So once again, I have attached the binding, and we are going to sew right on this first line here. To make this work at the other end, I made sure I went all the way to the diagonal of this corner. So see, I was following it straight across. I actually decided just to sew right to that corner in order to get everything enclosed. And then it's going to be just a little bit of playing around to get this to look nice and neat. It doesn't take too long. Just keep folding it over and making it look pretty. And the same with the top. You're going to tuck that in, and you're just going to fidget about, and you're going to make that look nice and tidy. So once you have your scissors case all sewn up, you can take your scissors and you can now put them into the case. I'd like to say thank you so much for watching this tutorial. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I have over 500 videos now. And like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.